Hey science lovers, today I want to make a more memorable Halloween pumpkin. I know I'm a little late on Halloween, but maybe this catches you at a future Halloween and it's all good. My goal was to turn my pumpkin from something like this into something more like this. Because I love the whoosh bottle. I just love the whoosh bottle. Okay. So for a couple of years, I've just wanted to turn a really big pumpkin. This is like a, I don't know, maybe it's like a 40-pound pumpkin or something. It's pretty big. Into a big old whoosh bottle. Got a nose tickle. The first thing that I did is I had to come up with a face that fit the experiment. So I drew my little face on, and then I used this paring knife, and I'm just gonna recommend not using a paring knife to carve a really big pumpkin. I probably could have sharpened my fingernails and had about the same success. The paring knife, you need those little thin knives when you're cutting a pumpkin, not a thicker one. So I carved this pumpkin for an hour because the knife took forever. But eventually I got my pumpkin hollowed out. It looked pretty good. I was happy with it. I'm not a professional carver or anything. I should have brought a spoon or something to clean it out a little bit more. I just had my paws. And then I decided it would look a little better if it had a little bit of hair. So I gave him some dangles for some hair. And my hope was this would just be wham, bam. I put in the alcohol just like a whoosh bottle, and then it poof. We get some awesome whoosh pumpkin action. Very memorable. So I got my 91% rubbing alcohol, put it in his eyes, put it in his mouth, put it in the top. There's a decent amount in there. I shook it around a little bit, got a match, and tried to just throw it in his eyeball. And it's got some poos. It got a few. And then started smoking out the eyes a little bit. So I tried some other things because I wanted a big one, you know? Really whoosh. It's passionate. It's got a lot of fire and stuff. I tried some variations. I tried heating up the alcohol a little bit. I tried putting saran wrap over the face and just see if the alcohol fumes built up, if that would work. But essentially, the best one that I got was probably that first one. So not to be deterred, because there are other things we can do to make a pumpkin be more memorable, I thought, I'm gonna try this flaming bubble idea that I've done in the past. I put some detergent inside the water and stirred it up, and then put some natural gas in there. I put this inside of the pumpkin and started filling them up with bubbles, and he looks so sick. It's not a good look for him. But there's so many bubbles in there. For what it looks like, it's relatively safe. Now, you shouldn't do this at home. Let me just tell you that. You should not do this at home. It is not safe enough for you to do at home. I fill up my pumpkin here, and he's got all these bubbles. Now we gotta light him on fire and see what happens. Look at that. I just love that. I thought that was so cool. There was fire shooting out of his eyes, out of his mouth. For me, that was a win. I thought that looked really cool. That was very memorable. You're a memorable pumpkin. But I felt like I could maybe do a little more. I'm on a magnesium kick right now. So I thought one thing that makes a pumpkin memorable is if it blinds you. Don't do this one at home. Magnesium burns super hot. It's really bright. It is extremely hard to put out. I'm in a lab. Don't do this at home. So what I did is I attached a ribbon of magnesium to the top of my pumpkin, and then I just had it come out the eye and lit it. My hope is that it'll go into the pumpkin and light the rest, and it'll be super bright and awesome, and it goes out in the eyeball. And I could not get it to light past the eyeball. So what I ended up doing was taking off the lid that had the magnesium and lighting that, and then setting it back on, and we got this. Look at that. Doesn't that already look super cool? Look at the smoke coming out of the eyes. I thought that looked incredibly cool. So definitely don't put magnesium in your pumpkin. It's not safe. It is quite memorable because this is extremely bright, but just a fun one. I've been wanting to try it for a while. So I hope you like that. If you haven't, subscribe. You'll catch the next experiment soon. Stay curious. See you around.